This week on Awesome Planet, we'll look at the fascinating work of park rangers, from managing extreme weather, doing search and rescue, teaching visitors about the incredible sights nearby, and using technology to let people interact with their parks from thousands of miles away. It's all here on Awesome Planet. "59 national parks spread across the United States. They range from northeastern coasts to southwestern deserts. Dotted with deep forests, breathtaking formations, and spectacular wildlife. These parks are natural treasures. But without proper protection and safety for both people and nature, the U.S. National Park System simply wouldn't work. And that is where rangers come in.
Here at Yellowstone National Park, visitors to the backcountry rely on the hard work of park rangers patrolling this rugged terrain to stay safe and informed.
As a law enforcement ranger, Kevin Dooley has a number of jobs here in Yellowstone, including keeping information on the backcountry up to date during the harsh winter. Today, in sub-zero temperatures, I'll join him to hike out to a popular trailhead utilized by snowshoers and cross-country skiers.
Being the backcountry supervisor here in the Tower area, we maintain the backcountry areas during the winter and the summer months. Try to make sure folks are safe in that environment, prepared to go in that backcountry environment.
Yellowstone National Park has the highest concentration of mammals in the continental U.S. For the park, challenges can arise in balancing enough space for wildlife with the public's desire to get as close as possible.
A lot of people forget when they come to the national parks, because there are bison walking along the road and there are elk walking through town, that these are all wild animals. These are not trained animals, so we need to respect and pay attention to that fact.
Recent animal activity is exactly what's leading us out into the snow today. I'm joining Kevin to update information at the Hell-Roaring Trailhead.
I'll follow you. Thanks.
For visitors that want to get off the roadways and into the backcountry of Yellowstone National Park, the more information Kevin and other rangers make available, the better. Out here, snow can be deep, elements can be difficult, and education is key.
We see wildlife such as a bear in an area more frequently. Hasn't posed a problem yet, but we want folks to be aware so they can make the decision ahead of time. Is this somewhere I want to go? Is this somewhere that we know a bear is frequenting that maybe I choose to go somewhere else?
At each trailhead sits a board of information, keeping hikers informed on the area. In addition, temporary postings may need to go up.
I'm going to take this down now. I think we're good to go. We've examined that.
Can I help you actually do a little bit of trail maintenance here?
That would be great.
I'm going to be an honorary ranger for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Outstanding. I want one of those badges later, though.
So there's probably a rock cairn below here as well.
There we go.
Good. Yep. Wolves were in the area, had killed a bison, and within days taken down a couple elk. We closed a section of the creek and those campsites. So we just wanted to make sure folks knew that bears were frequently in that area and those backcountry sites were closed.
You shut the area down, you signed it, but that's not a problem anymore, so maintenance just means you have to haul it back. Do you want me to carry that?
That'd be helpful.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Outstanding.
Welcome back to Awesome Planet. When Winter in Yellowstone National Park transforms the landscape. But frigid temperatures and heavy snowfall bring additional dangers. For park rangers like Liz Hall, finding someone lost or trapped in this world requires every advantage she can get. Yellowstone is full of four-legged animals, but for park rangers, few can bring a smile to their day like Rue, part of the canine search and rescue team.
So Rue actually perceives people by smelling what is called their skin rafts. That's a combination of skin cells, bacteria, soap that you use, the foods they come into contact with, and those travel through the snow, and that's what Rue is smelling for.
During times when Liz doesn't need him on an actual rescue, she'll put him through a couple field tests to keep his skills sharp.
We're going to work on finding somebody who's been buried in an avalanche. That means that Rue's going to practice locating that person that's been buried under the snow, and he's also going to practice digging them out.
To make sure Rue doesn't have an advantage finding a person he's familiar with, we're sending someone he's never met before to get buried in the snow. Rue has been taken indoors and has no idea this little hole has been constructed in what would simulate someone buried in an avalanche. They hand over a chew toy so that when Rue digs down, he knows the person is not in danger.
More?
As Liz brings Rue outside, the search begins.
Right now, he's getting the skin rafts coming through the snow, and he's trying to pinpoint exactly where it's coming from. He knows there's somebody there. He's not quite sure exactly where. Now he's gonna start to investigate. I want to encourage him. I want this to be fun for him. So I say, Rue, get him out, good job, good work. Because I want him to know this is fun, that he's doing exactly what I've asked of him. Come on, bud, get him out. That's good work.
Rue knows he's on target and quickly digs his way through.
He's whining because he's so excited.
Finding the person and pulling him out by his reward toy.
Yeah, bud. Good boy. Good boy.
In a matter of minutes, the training exercise is a success. Another test for Rue is for a person to hide above the snow, simulating a hiker who could be lost or injured. Once again, we keep Rue away from the training area and send a person to hide behind a tree. Liz will bring Rue out from a different direction so he can't just follow the walking tracks.
So I'm going to ask Rue to pick up any scent that's on the wind and track that back to any people that might be out here. He can do that either by finding the trail on the ground, or he can also do it by finding the scent on the wind called area search. All right, Bubba. Search.
Despite the deep snow, he senses his target. And shortly after, tracks him down. But he doesn't stop there. Rue knows he needs to be visible to Liz so she can follow. He runs back and forth until she makes her way to the location.
In this particular situation, he followed your scent that was settled on the ground, and he used a technique called trailing to find you. Good boy! Good boy!
The irony about Rue being such a great rescue dog is that, well, he is a rescued dog.
He came from Alaska from an area rescue up in Anchorage. He came from a breeder that was using unethical breeding practices. I was very fortunate to have him and find him in that rescue. Good job.
That match has brought a joy to Liz's life that every dog owner can identify with. And Rue has helped give an added edge to an incredibly important task.
He is irreplaceable in my mind.
Coming up next, keeping a safe space between visitors and the lava they come to see. And then helping people envision the hiking trails of Zion National Park before they even arrive.
You're watching Scripps
News.
I didn't hear anybody knock. Shall we proceed?
My boss is the best shot in the whole world. Isn't it exciting?
They call you the rifleman.
Just make it good.
Why is America paying attention to the race?
Because what happens in this town happens to your town too.
Here on the steps of the U.S. Capitol after a
The
historic...
decisions made in this house are felt in the heart of yours.
Every night on the race, we take you to the people, policies, and the political points of impact.
We want to add some context around it tonight.
The Race, weeknights at 6, 5 Central on Scripps News. Watch with an antenna or on your favorite streaming app.
Bounce elevates and celebrates the achievements of HBCUs all year long.
From the classroom to the field, we are making history.
Bounce HBCU Yearbook.
There's gonna be trouble.
Are you silver? Let's have it.
Scared? You the law?
Well, that's right.
I'll find you, and I'll kill you. Now all I need is a fresh horse, a saddle, and a gun.
Saturday night. First you moved in, you banned cigar smoke and kitchen nudity. Oscar Madison.
Just doing my daily yoga.
Felix Unger.
You're not exactly a guy's guy.
Why? Because I use coasters? I'm an accomplished photographer. Perfect, let's start shooting. And I can make a pair of tap shoes talk. What do you say, boys?
Together, they're the odd couple.
Here, hold that. Oscar, is that coffee? I just cleaned the rug. Better not move.
The Odd Couple. Saturday starting 7, 6 Central on Laugh More.
I'm Marisa Giorgio, live from our studio in Missoula, Montana, and this is America Tonight.
Scripps News takes you ahead of the headlines.
We're reading between the lines there.
America Tonight on Scripps News. Find with an antenna or on your favorite streaming app.
His identity, a mystery.
Who is he?
His sword, lightning fast.
I challenge you!
His name,
Zorro! Zorro!
Zorro! Zorro. Tuesday starting 5, 4 Central on Grid Extra.
Ion is on with 3 networks to enjoy.
Yeah, it's on.
Yes, showtime.
You're going to want to see this.
It's on. Ion, Ion Plus, and Ion Mystery. Wow! It's on. Join the case that puts you in the middle of the mystery.
The answer's in front of us.
And keeps you guessing till the very end.
It's anyone's guess who's next.
Every twist, every turn.
Everything we need to find this guy is right here.
Ion Mystery. Join the investigation.
You got us banned from being room parents? I have never been more in love with you.
Who wants to go nuts for donuts?
Show him your folding trick.
I'm not in the mood for your sheet right now.
That's gotta hurt, huh?
You keep me coming back for more.
Welcome to the Race Weekend. I'm Joe St. George. It's time for our Inside the Race panel with our partners from Politico. There's a lot to talk about.
It's about reaching the voters.
This is so crucial.
There are a lot of people out there who are still undecided.
These are important issues that are resonating.
You can't just win, you gotta win big.
Any given day, anything can change.
Elections are about the future.
We're coming to you from the Scripps News studios in Washington, D.C.
The Race Weekend, Saturday at 9 a.m., 8 Central on Scripps News. Welcome back to Awesome Planet as we visit a few U.S. national parks to get a glimpse into some of the day-to-day roles of park rangers. Of the 59 national parks in the United States, one in particular offers a dramatic example of our constantly changing planet.
The Hawaiian Islands have been forming over millions of years thanks to volcanoes like the ones nearby. And here on the Big Island, or Kona as it's often called, we can see that process still happening today, up close.
The Big Island of Hawaii makes up over 60% of the land in the Hawaiian island chain. and it's still growing. Lava flows can start and stop here at any time, and this one has been ongoing for nearly 40 years. Atop Mount Kilauea, Park Ranger Dean Gallagher has an office view unlike any other.
We're looking right out into Halema'uma'u crater, for many Native Hawaiians a sacred place, for many considered to be the very home of the goddess Pele. So you're sort of seeing this cultural connection, a natural geological connection, a wildlife connection, all woven together in this one magical place, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park.
When you combine a bubbling lava lake like this with nearly 2 million visitors each year that want to get close to the action, park rangers must create safe boundaries.
What are some of the challenges that you face as a park ranger?
We're trying to protect resources, but at the same time, allow people access.
It's a tricky balance.
It's a tricky balance. And if we ever feel that there's a decision that has to be made between access and whether it's going to compromise the resource, then we're always in favor of protecting the resource.
When it comes to access, nothing may be more dangerous than the one thing most people come to see: the lava.
We're about a mile away from the caldera, and that might seem far away to some people, maybe frustratingly so, but there's a very good reason for that.
In this case, if you look at the fume cloud coming off the top of the lava lake right now, that's 1,200 to 2,800 metric tons of SO2.
SO2.
SO2 is sulfur dioxide. Directly in that fume cloud, you could hit a lethal dose in a pretty short period of time.
This is really, really important, I think, team, because we look at that and you think to yourself, okay, that's liquid hot magma. Obviously, we don't want to get anywhere near that, but that's just smoke.
Right.
But people may not realize that there are hidden hazards out there.
Absolutely.
That are deadly.
Yeah.
And so the bottom line is pay attention, follow the rules. It's in our own best interest to do that.
Another ranger here, Michael Newman, grew up on the Big Island of Hawaii.
One of the responsibilities that we have is we have to check these flows day to day. We hike out to the current surface flows or current ocean entry, and we assess the lava areas so that it can be safe for public viewing.
Aside from the dangerous SO2 gas, another danger Michael and his fellow rangers look for are potential areas that have been hollowed out beneath the ground by a lava tube. These underground tubes can make the ground fragile and prone to collapse if someone were to step in the wrong place.
The rangers do a really good job at putting you as close to these lava flows as possible. Right now, just about half a mile away from the lava viewing area, we have surface flows entering through the national park. You have the lava flowing right by your feet, and it's this amazing experience. You're talking about something that comes from the middle of the earth, and it's right before your feet, creating land.
All national parks contain some of the most spectacular treasures our planet has to offer. And these rangers are their custodians. They work tirelessly to preserve these magnificent places and keep visitors safe. Coming up next, the rangers of Zion National Park use technology to allow visitors a chance to plan their visit like they've never done before.
A masked hero, a faithful sidekick, a trusty steed,
Silver!
and a boundless trail of blazing adventure.
So you're the masked man? I'm afraid so. Coming after you.
Thundering its way into our weekday lineup.
This mask stands for justice. Come on!
The Lone Ranger, Wednesdays on Grit Extra.
We'll be waiting for them.
Television with backbone.
What drew me to Court TV was this opportunity to combine the two things that I love. When I was in college, I studied television and radio, and then, of course, went to law school. And when I found out that Court TV was going to give me the opportunity to express myself and to share my love of the law, I was sold immediately.
The most important issue, innocence or guilt.
Started as a production assistant, then AP, and then went up the ranks, and really haven't looked back since.
Join the case that puts you in the middle of the mystery.
The answer's in front of us.
And keeps you guessing till the very end.
It's anyone's guess who's next.
Every twist, every turn.
Everything we need to find this guy is right here.
Eye on Mystery. Join the investigation.
Bounce elevates and celebrates the achievements of HBCUs all year long.
From the classroom to the field, we are making history.
Bounce HBCU Yearbook.
I'm a judge. I loved being on the bench. I want viewers to see that, to know what it's like to love being in a courtroom and to love watching what happens in a courtroom.
This is a case where I think you can believe either side based on the evidence being presented.
Here at Court TV, we can show you everything. And I hope at the end of the day, they've learned a little something about what it takes to try a case and why it's so important that it's done well.
I didn't hear anybody knock. Shall we proceed?
My boss is the best shot in the whole world. Isn't it exciting?
They call you the rifleman.
Just make it good.
You got us banned from being room parents? I have never been more in love with you.
Who wants to go nuts for donuts?
Show him your folding trick.
I'm not in the mood for your sheet right now.
That's gotta hurt, huh?
You keep me coming back for more.
You go get him, Tiger.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Maritza Giorgio, live from our studio in Missoula, Montana, and this is America Tonight.
Scripps News takes you ahead of the headlines.
We're reading between the lines there.
America Tonight on Scripps News. Find with an antenna or on your favorite streaming app.
Welcome to the race weekend. I'm Joe St. George. It's time for our Inside the Race panel with our partners from Politico. There's a lot to talk about.
It's about reaching the voters.
This is so crucial.
There are a lot of people out there who are still undecided.
These are important issues that are resonating.
You can't just win, you gotta win big.
Any given day, anything can change.
Elections are about the future.
We're coming to you from the Scripps News studios in Washington, D.C.
The Race Weekend, Saturday at 9 a.m., 8 Central on Scripps News.
Why is America paying attention to the race? Because what takes place on both sides of the aisle here can be seen on both sides of these aisles.
The Race, weeknights at 6 on Scripps News. Watch with an antenna or on your favorite streaming app.
1, 2, 3, hold on! I am proud to be able to be on the first ever HBCU gymnastics team. This is how we'll do it! To be able to show off my talents at an HBCU is very honoring.
Welcome back to Awesome Planet. I'm Philippe Cousteau. Smartphones, tablets, computers, they all provide information at our fingertips. So it's only natural that one national park would help their visitors plan their trip in an innovative way. Zion National Park is one of 5 national parks in Utah. With over 92 miles of hiking trails, planning how you're going to fit everything in that you want to do here can be a challenge. And that's why Ranger Russ Cash wants to give visitors an extra tool to figure out where they should go before they arrive. Today, Russ will meticulously use a laser scanner on the Canyon Overlook Trail. Periodic beeps will let him know when the scanner's digesting information.
This laser scanner is doing a 360 left to right, and it's also sending this mirror around in circles doing a 360 this way. So essentially, by combining these 2 different directions, we are doing a complete sphere of sending this laser beam out from the scanner from here to the mirror to somewhere out on the landscape and back.
Every 10 feet, he'll stop, set the scanner, and let it run through a 2-minute process of collecting images. By taking 360-degree image captures along the trail, Russ will have the components needed for the next phase, 3D modeling. These scans will go into a computer where the 3D rendering process will begin. It will take months to laser scan all of the trails within the park. From there, it'll be another 6 to 9 months to put all the scans into complete 3D models.
It's going to begin taking images, just like your camera would or your cell phone would, and it will take those pictures and it will apply those pictures to the point cloud it just made from the lasers, and it will turn all those points into colors and make the whole entire model look just like a photograph. Except we can actually, in a computer, click on the bottom of, say, this tree to the top of this tree and find out exactly how tall this tree is, or we can find out exactly how big this rock is and obtain a volume. And these scans are so accurate that they're accurate down to 2 millimeters, and it's very difficult to obtain that level of accuracy by any other means out there. Somebody who's maybe wheelchair bound or has another disability, it's probably not possible for them to hike trails like this, and so this gives them the chance to see these places. It may not be the exact same experience as being here, but it at least gives them a way to see their park.
Bringing these detailed elements of Zion National Park to your fingertips will be a game changer for visitors. The goal is to have them ready for the public to start using by the end of 2018.
It's going to be wonderful to have 3D models of these trails so that we can provide those models to people through free apps on the internet, so that they can plan their hikes and plan their trip here to the park before they even come to the park.
Welcome back to Awesome Planet. Now, whether it's a field trip or a family vacation, national parks offer an incredible experience for kids of all ages. But some parks are more remote than others, so they're using technology to bring rangers straight into the classroom. At Zion National Park,
I'm joined today by Ranger Brianna.
Rangers Cadence Cook and Brianna Plog are setting up to meet a few dozen fourth graders.
Hey, Eric, how's it going?
I'm doing good.
Cadence will be connecting with a school in California for an exciting program called Find Your Park.
I'm so excited to be here with you today. The idea is that we talk to students all over the nation and hopefully worldwide, and we can actually use a virtual classroom to talk to them in their own classroom. So I work at Zion National Park. Has anyone been there? It's kind of an introduction to what is the national park, what is Zion National Park really like, and the National Park Service. Where I'm standing right now is right next to these mountains.
Over 24 national park sites do these distance learning studios, turning an ordinary day at school into a virtual visit to one of our treasured national parks.
I want to ask you guys, does anyone have an idea, with a hand, what a national park is? Yeah, does someone in the front want to give me an answer?
It's a place where they prevent buildings to be built and they protect animals and plants.
Protect animals and plants. I love it. A lot of the students that we're talking to otherwise wouldn't have a chance to visit Zion National Park due to economics or distance. And so us being able to visit their classroom virtually, I think is a really important experience for them.
For Cadence and Brianna, it's important to keep these sessions fun.
1, 2, 3. National parks protect the beautiful scenery. You guys did great. Okay, awesome.
As the next generation integrates technology more and more into their everyday lives, national parks have begun adapting.
It's going to look the same as it did 100 years ago. As we get more and more tech savvy, I think it's nice to be able to show a care of natural places while still involving technology. They're not mutually exclusive. I think this is really important. You guys did so great. Thank you so much. You think I should put some words on there? Let's see if we can do it. Ready?
Rangers serve a variety of roles in our national parks. They keep us up to date on what's happening, and they're there if things go wrong. They set up boundaries, ensuring safety, and reach across the technology of our future to educate us more. In short, they've provided a backbone to the National Park Service for almost 150 years, and they continue to do so each and every day.